I've been kind of, since November, I've been doing this little series of doing every section of this book, Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and I kind of in this video want to just hit on one big thing here. In every little, this isn't him developing this big system. It's just him. This is just Nietzsche kind of posing as this Zarathustra character, who was in solitude for a very, very long time and just came out and saw the world the way it was and kind of recognized that God is dead, and recognized, which is a concept all on itself, which I plan on doing a different video on. And through every single section, every single section, he tells a story, which kind of circles on this concept of the Overman or the Ubermensch. The Ubermensch is sometimes translated, in my opinion, incorrectly as Superman, because the Superman is kind of not a way I would translate that into English. The Overman, I kind of think is a better translation of it, and Kaufman kind of does that. Kaufman, in this book, he's the one who translated this one, and he does use the word Overman. And I like that translation better, personally. So I just want to get in, I want to talk in this video what the Overman or the Ubermensch is, and about what's going on here. If you want to see section by section specific things about each section, I think I've done 1 through 13 of part 1. I have a playlist which has all that stuff in it. So the Overman is pretty much that, well, there's man and there's animal. He says that Overman is the bridge between man and animal. Man is one who is going to acquiesce and is going to stick with what is most pleasurable or most comfortable. Thus, often that can mean acquiescing in a certain religious belief system in order to make things easier for you, or acquiescing to what is a safe bet, and just doing things that way because it's safer and it's more comfortable and it's just kind of more cushy. But that's what man is. That's what man is. Somebody who, some of them kind of, according to Nietzsche, kind of strive after a created thing. They strive after what is created and try to live by what is created, or see what is created and live by what is created. And they try to acquiesce in the they acquiesce, and I love the word acquiesce to describe Nietzsche's way of looking at man. Man acquiesces in that he settles. He acquiesces in acknowledging something that is created. Where Nietzsche recognizes that God is dead because there's less people that recognize some sort of divine creator anymore, and people strive after some kind of purpose, or strive after some kind of created thing, and that kind of doesn't end very well. That doesn't end very well at all, and that's can kind of contribute to that can kind of contribute to a lot of peril and kind of some kind of dissatisfaction that the people of this world kind of harbor. The Ubermensch, Uber as in self-transformation, or beyond a moralism, or beyond free will, beyond determinism. Now, you could look at the Ubermensch as free will, or having a new moral system but it's beyond all of that. It's beyond having a free will. It's beyond trashing one system and accepting a new one. It's beyond all of that. The Overman is the overcoming of man itself, a self-transformation. It's overcoming man itself in being a creator rather than acknowledging what is created. And there are lots of different ways of explaining this, but this is kind of the way I've been taught it, and the way I've read it, and that what I've gotten from, and I've read more than I've read this whole book, and I've read more than what I've just done on my channel so far, and I'm trying to do it very, slowly and section by sections, but I've read most of that, like 90% of this book, and that's kind of what what I'm explaining about the Overman is kind of what I've gotten from it, and from things I've been taught. It's being a creator and creating a new purpose for your life, if you will, but that's even in itself is, you're not going to trash some purpose or trash some system in order to create a sort of system or create a purpose that you blindly believe in still. You are creating a new purpose for your life and rising above man. And if you are a Overman, then you do create new purposes. You do create new ideas. You create a lot of new things, but you don't trash one thing in order to create something else that you blindly and subserviently and loyally believe in. That's not what it is. It's beyond any kind of belief system. It's beyond any kind of free will. It's beyond any of that. And I guess the best way to explain it is to read it in here. And I guess I have all of Nietzsche's books, well, most of them. I don't have the letters or anything like that, but I have his main books. And this, I think, I mean, the Overman gets mentioned in many of his books, but in my opinion, in Zarathustra, that's where you get the biggest grasp. You aren't dwelling in what is flesh. You aren't dwelling in what is man. You aren't dwelling on what is menial or low. You are rising above all of that. You aren't looking towards a different world either. You aren't looking towards the transcendent. You are not looking towards something that is outside of this world. You are recognizing this world and wanting to do something different, do something, create your own purpose, because there's no inherent purpose here, according to him. Now, I am a Christian, but I'm a Christian, and I do believe in God, but I think that this just really is something that still has use for people who like his work, and it does have a sort of a way of life that is in here, that you can live by if you want, if you would so choose. And in a way, I think this would be like the atheist's Bible or the atheist manual, because you don't, if according to an atheist, there is no purpose here. There's no purpose inherent in this world. Therefore, you make your own. That's making your own purpose is one very short and quick way of saying what Nietzsche says. But that's kind of, a cursory way of looking at what the Overman is. To get a better picture, I would read this book and read his other books and get an idea of what that is way better than just looking at a few certain concepts that people do understand about this. Thanks.